This is a history podcast, so I do have to ask, who is your favorite historical figure?
Of course I do. I'm gonna have to go with Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber.
Oh!
What you doing there? You guys making a podcast?
Why would you think that's a good idea?
Podcast?
You two are the dumbest people I've ever seen.
That's janky.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Don't be alarmed that I'm not in my usual studio. I'm just at work right now making a last-minute edit to this video because, well, we definitely could not get it monetized, and I like to blame Turkey Tom for that. Love you, Turkey Tom, but boy, we didn't even say anything that bad. I'd like to go on record, YouTube, you're kinda a little bit of a wussy. Just saying. Just saying, YouTube, okay? Calm it down. Luckily, I found a sponsor for this video. We say like 4 swear words. We cuss like 4 times. That's it. But I digress. We got a sponsor. So shout out to OCC Merch. They are the perfect place to start doing merchandise. Whether you're one of the biggest creators out there or the smallest creators out there. You could have 5 Twitch streamers who watch you and want your t-shirts. You can give it to your 5 viewers. It's as easy as that. So big shout out to OCC Merch. They host your site. You sign with them and then you kick back and enjoy making money as they do all the work for you. So go check out OCC Merch. Tell them Jake sent you. Hopefully I didn't butcher that sponsor because we'd love to see you again, OCC Merch. You're the best. And that being said, let's get into talking about Turkey Tom and his rise to fame. And also, side note, for like 2 minutes in the video, I put my mic really close to my phone while I was interviewing him, and there's some clicking because I'm an idiot. But don't worry, I give you a warning like halfway through the video when that's going to start. So, that being said, and I feel like I look like a crazy person if you can see my desk right now because there's a lot going on. That being said, let's get into talking with Turkey Tom with the Jank podcast. Oh God, the thing fell. You know what? Shout out it for holding up for as long as it did. Again, big thank you to OCC Merch on making this episode possible. Without them, I wouldn't get to interview such infamous and talented guests like Turkey Tom joining me today. How's it going, man?
Good. Not bad. Glad to be here.
Dude, I have no idea why, but for some reason, so we're doing this call through Discord. We've been friends on Discord since 2018. And
yeah, fuck. I know I've known of you for a while. I know you did the official podcast on. I've seen some of your other videos, but I remember like years ago. I think I think I got into some shit with Keemstar. I think that's when this happened. You found me and you were like trying to get me on your podcast, and then for whatever reason it didn't work out. But I think you had me added on this.
I remember that because it also says that we had a 3-minute call. So for some reason,
yeah, I don't know what that was about. I don't remember it at all. But
neither do I. That was so funny. You're like, yeah, add me on Discord, and then I just looked, and it was like you've had a 3-minute call with him back in 2018. But yeah, that is how I found you. Because when did you start doing YouTube and like kind of becoming a social media influencer? I guess.
It would have been late 2016. I started making videos on the current channel I have.
Gotcha. And did you always have Turkey Tom as your name?
On this channel, yeah. I mean, I've had like other channels with like my friends when we were a lot younger, but
gotcha.
Turkey Tom was kind of the great name that I came up with to start my brand. And I guess I kind of hate it actually. It's a little late to turn back now, I guess, but it's like I don't know. I feel like maybe I could have had something a little more. I don't know, a little less like campy, but I guess it's memorable. Like no one else is gonna steal the name, so it is what it is. You know?
It really is. I know a lot. There's been a lot of cringe jokes about it, and I'm pretty sure Keemstar started one of the jokes about the whole like you're not even a turkey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess I'm trying to think. Because I did find you. I started in 2017. I like started following Keemstar, and I messaged him to come onto my radio show, and he did for some reason. And that's like what got me into YouTube. And then I just kind of went through his Twitter and then found you. And like in 2017, you were like at like 10,000-ish followers, probably a little bit more. So like you were really on the come up. And I was like, oh, this guy probably knows what he's doing. I had no idea how old you were. I thought you were.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I was 18 at that time.
2000. I was 15, I guess.
So I had no idea. I was like, added you on Twitter. And I was like, hey man, I'd love to like talk sometime and chat. So like now that I know, I probably would not have done that because I feel super cringy.
Yeah, no.
But I thought you were probably like, I was like, if Keemstar is yelling at this dude and trying to roast this dude, he's probably at least close to my age, 18, not some 15-year-old doing. I was like,
Yeah, and everyone thinks I'm like older than I am, which I don't get because I don't think I like act that mature. My voice is that mature. I don't know. Maybe it's just like my videos. I think
yeah,
maybe, but if you look at my Twitter, I think it's kind of apparent. I'm not like some super like well put
no,
together
yeah.
person. Like my Twitter is a cesspool.
Your tweets are very similar to like the stuff that I used to do when I was in high school. Tweets that I have deleted now, just in case someday
Hmm.
with my job and everything. I'm like, yeah, let's just not have those weird tweets.
No, probably for the best if you're doing anything like
Yeah,
that isn't a gay YouTube channel.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
definitely know what you mean there. But again, I was just so. I don't remember when I found out how old you were. I think I was watching your videos and you made reference to it, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I
I
may have. Yeah.
added a 15-year-old on Twitter asking
Yeah,
if he could be
yeah,
on
yeah.
my channel. I felt so cringe afterwards. I was like, I need to just because then I did the diss track. Oh, I did that goof diss track, and I still didn't know how old you were yet.
I remember that. Yeah. Fuck.
No, even after making the diss track, I thought you were like 18 or 17. Then I watched more of your videos, and I was like, oh my god, I just made a complete fool of myself,
Yeah.
and as an 18-year-old myself made a diss track
Yeah.
about a 15-year-old. So it was a big yikes.
Fuck, that was 2 years ago that would have come out? The diss track, 2 or 3?
3 years ago, yeah, because that was like right when I was starting.
Yeah.
So either really early 2018 or late 2017. So
Yeah, I remember that happened, and then it was like a year ago, your channel was deleted.
yeah, and then almost exactly a year ago, I don't get a lot of hate on my videos. Like I don't have a lot of people who hate me, but every once in a while, just someone will hate you. And I made the wrong person
Yeah.
mad. Didn't have two-step verification, and they just got into my channel and they
Fuck.
privated everything. And they were probably trying to like solicit me for money to buy back my channel. But then Nerd City
Yeah.
got it back for me, which was crazy.
That's awesome, yeah. He's a nice guy. Did you just did they guess the password? How the fuck did they get in?
Dude, I have literally no idea how they got in. I just like one day get on and everything's gone, and it says that my password had been changed and I was kicked off my own channel, so I couldn't even get in.
It's fucking
So,
terrifying.
dude, I had like a
Jesus.
heart attack. It's not like I was like big or anything, but I
Yeah.
was at like 22,000 subscribers at the time, and I was like, I'm ruined. That was my whole life.
Yeah.
So that stuff was scary, and I guess that kind of works into dealing with people who hate you. No matter what, when you make content on the internet, someone's going to disagree or hate you.
Right.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is like your content will make either diehard followers, diehard haters, and I guess how does one deal with said haters?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like if you're making any kind of statement online that isn't like complete centrist take, you're not gonna please everyone. You can't make everyone happy, but I don't think you should either. You should just kind of be yourself, and if people on the other side don't like you, then that's okay. They'll like someone else. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't think it's healthy to obsess over people that dislike you. It's like maybe engaging with them to a certain extent is okay. If someone like disagrees with your opinion and wants to talk to you about it, that's completely fine. You can talk to them. But there comes a certain point when it's like, some of these people are just not worth acknowledging when they're acting in bad faith, or they clearly don't want the best for you. I think I'm genuinely at a point where I just don't let it get to me. I don't even read my YouTube comments for the most part. So yeah.
So you were 15 when you started. Did you ever let comments like that get to you? Because I go back to when I was 15, and I would imagine, especially on the internet, not knowing like who's saying it would really affect me negatively.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit for sure. But I think because of the community that I was in and the content I was watching, I kind of had like a bit of a thicker skin already, so it didn't bother me that much. But I mean, I'd be lying if I said there weren't things people said that I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
that sucks. Yeah.
So obviously you've been growing and kind of seeing the internet grow with you in a sense, because you started when you were 15.
Yeah, I mean, I was like 14 when I really started, but I was 15 when I started getting any attention.
Yeah, so now that you're 18, would you say that you've seen your content grow alongside you as you've gotten older? Would you say your content has matured with you?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's gotten to the point where like so many of my videos, like I said in the video, I promised, I was like, okay, I'm gonna not take down any more of the cringy old stuff. I'm gonna leave it up. It's part of my past, my history. But it's just like when I see those videos, like every once in a while someone will comment on them. I'll be like I'll get like a notification or something, or someone will like tweet one at me and be like, why'd you say this? And I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like it sucks to have them up because like it's not who I am anymore. It's not like what I believe. And a lot of the videos were just like I don't even know what I was trying to say with them. But yeah, I mean they're still they're up on my channel. I've decided to stop removing them. It is what it is, I guess. You just kind of gotta,
Honestly,
learn to a certain extent to deal with the fact that you're gonna grow as a person. Yeah,
I really believe in keeping up old videos. So that's awesome that you do that. Because, I mean, I started making content when I was 18 on YouTube or 17, a little bit younger. But, like, I took most of them down. I've kept a few up. But the fact that you still keep them up, even if you don't fully agree with them, is super impressive,
yeah,
honestly. And it is a great way to show your growth.
yeah, for sure. But it's kind of like it is kind of nice to think that like the fact that I am kind of disdainful for it, or I am kind of like shameful towards it shows that I've changed as a person.
Yeah, and honestly, having a library basically of your old content to your newest, like it's so cool as a viewer to go back and view like the first video because like again, mine were super cringy, some of them that I kept up to now viewing the newest. I feel like it can show a lot of growth, and
Right.
especially with content creators who started when they were 15 and now are 18, I'm sure people are going to see such great growth with that, which is just awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I completely agree. Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself for sure.
And I would say, as we've seen your channel grow, we've also seen you do more collaborations with people, whether it's on your own YouTube channel or someone else's. I also see you interact with people on Twitter all the time that are other creators. And I saw a tweet recently as well from you. I was talking about how there's creators out there now who are like basing their content off of yours and making their own brand. They're not copying it, rather making their own brand while
Yeah.
taking bits and like knowledge from you. Would you say having people who look up to you as a content creator helps create this drive? Is it something that you really look proudly upon?
It's one of the more humbling things, one of the more rewarding things, more than like just the views or the money, I guess. Like not to be like really like condescending about it, but it really is like rewarding to like see that, a few years ago I was that kid who was, looking up to these other YouTubers, and slowly I got to make my videos and talk to them, and eventually I sort of, developed this brand of my own, and now I've got people in the same position that I was looking up to the content that I'm making and trying to carve their own little piece of the pie. I think it's fucking awesome, to be honest. Yeah.
And I imagine there is a huge sense of community with that as well. Would you call yourself a commentator, right?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, for sure.
And something I've always found interesting about the commentary channel is a lot of people, the community, the commentary community, is a lot of people see it as toxic.
Yeah.
Like if you ask someone, they'd be like, "Oh no, that's very toxic." Almost looking outwards, looking in, they're like, "Yeah,
Right.
the commentary community is very toxic." And I have some friends in the commentary community, and some are very scary. Don't get me wrong, but I would say there's actually a lot of surprising support in the commentary community. Have you seen something like that as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of friendship in it. I've made some really great friends in the commentary community over my time in the past 4 years. Some of which I've been friends with for like the entire time. But I've been in high school and now I'm in college, so definitely a cool experience. Recently, I actually did a video on my channel about a month and a half ago with 3 people who took inspiration from my content and had praised me in the past, and I could tell they were trying to do their own thing. And I was like, okay, cool. It'd be awesome to have these people on my channel because I mean, I'd talked to them. I liked them as people, but also their videos were just good. So I was like, all right, I'll have them on. And they all had less than like 1,000 subscribers, and now they all have a few thousand. So it was definitely cool to get them on and have them sort of show their stuff to my audience and give them a little more
Oh damn, I didn't
a little bit of an extra boost so they can hopefully get their channels monetized and take off on their own.
I honestly didn't realize that those creators were as small. They're actually surprisingly like talented. I feel like when you think of small creators, like, oh, maybe they're not as talented. So the fact that you're willing to give your platform to allow other talented creators who aren't as large as you a voice is incredible. You're like the rich giving to the poor. Awful. Now, never mind on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that. It's also convenient that I made half of the video and they made the other half. That's definitely a part of it.
Honestly, I was about to give like the worst analogy ever. My analogy was going to be like I was thinking of like Mr. Scrooge at the end of the Christmas Carol, or whatever it is, like throwing money out to people and helping people. I was imagining.
I'm just like him. I'm just like him.
Yeah. You're just like Mr. Scrooge.
Exactly. I was bitter. I was bitter and I was angry. But now that these ghosts came and visited me, I'm an enlightened man. 3 ghosts. Zog, Database Productions, and Mr. Microwave. Thank you for making me happy on this Christmas.
Honestly, thank you for visiting Turkey Tom while he was sleeping. That was really cool of you guys.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, honestly, my analogy like flopped on that one. I was kind of on the high. I thought this video this was going well so far, so I was like, I can throw an analogy. It's safe, and it died. So let's just keep pushing forward.
It's all right. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
What videos would you say you're most proud of then?
I'd say probably the two that I like the most would be, I did a video about Zaptai, who was someone who inspired me a lot. I sort of told the story of his channel. And another video I made about H3H3, which I think was pretty good. So those two are definitely, one of them is not one of them doesn't have that many views, but I think it is sort of like a cult classic for my channel. A lot of people who liked it, or a lot of people who watched it, enjoyed it a lot. And then the H3 one is one of my more popular ones for sure.
Okay, so I definitely want to talk about both of those. Let's do the H3 one first.
Sure.
That was the one with Nicholas, right?
Yes.
Dude, yes, because that video was so good. Because I listened to it in its entirety because I work a job at a radio station that's like an hour and a half away. So it's a 3-hour drive every day. So I was listening, and you did such a good job of not... It's very easy as commentators to dogpile and like attack a creator you disagree with. But you did it very well, where you proved him wrong and did make them look bad while also still having a more neutral stance, which is genuinely impressive, because you can usually tell with creators when they're like, oh, I'm going to go in on this guy, I'm going to ruin him. You weren't trying to do that, which was super admirable and genuinely cool and made for a truly thought-provoking video. Hey there, guys. Just taking a quick break to be like, ha, Jake, you god dang idiot. We were doing the call over Discord, and for some reason, while in the middle of talking, I brought my phone a little too close to the mic. And guess what that means? Interference. So the rest of the video, there's going to be some clackety on my end. So big yikes, and I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for the clicking. The Zaptai video, you put your name as Zaptai on Twitter for a while, didn't you?
I did. It's still that, actually, yeah.
Okay, it's still that, because for the longest time, because your Twitter got taken down, right?
It did. A lot of Twitters were taken down of mine, but yeah, my original at Turkey Tom was suspended, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I didn't realize you had a new one, right? I didn't know who Zaptai was, because that was just before my time. I didn't even get into YouTube, like watching videos and stuff and the lore of everything until 2017.
Right.
So I didn't know anything. I didn't realize you were Zaptai, so I didn't add you as a friend for like a year and a half and didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And then I add you, and then I realized I'm not the only one who fell for the Zaptai joke, right? Didn't Leafy fall for that?
Yeah, I mean, everyone thought that. I think there's still someone else actually that thinks that I'm Zaptai right now. I'm not completely sure. I haven't talked to them, but I just don't think, because I had talked to them before, and I don't think that. I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but I think I still have other people fooling.
Which is just hilarious, because like I'll just tap into it real fast. Is Leafy is known to be like an ultimate troll, right? Like he's very well known for doing that, and it's hilarious. The fact that you trolled someone who's like, not even intentionally, you weren't doing it to be mean, it's just worked out perfectly. It was just hilarious to me.
Oh, for sure. I mean, to be fair, I did like play into it. Like when he was asking me like, yo, are you Zaptai? I was like, oh yeah, that's me. And I like listed off like these facts about Zaptai that I knew that would like make it seem like I was the same guy, and he believed me. And my plan was I was getting him to play Minecraft with me, and my plan was to start a live stream on my channel, and well, without him knowing, live stream him playing Minecraft with me and me pretending to be Zaptai, and then slowly have people tweet at him being like, hey, you're not playing with Zaptai, you're playing with this other guy, and him realize what's going on live on the stream. But unfortunately, the night that I planned to do that, he found out.
That's hilarious. But I think what makes it cool is he reached out to you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I mean, I followed him on Twitter, but he followed me and started DMing me.
And that's what makes it so perfect. Is it's not like you like reached out to him being like, "Hey, I'm Zaptai. Pay attention to me." He came to you, which is just, that was incredible, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it really did fall into place. I doubt I'll be able to pull anything off quite like that again, but definitely a funny thing. I was able to get away with it for a little while.
That shit was so funny. I guess now getting into a slightly more serious tone here. You made this video, I want to say like 10 months ago, because I remember I was in Chicago for an event, and I was chilling in the hotel room, and this video popped up, and I just watched it in its entirety, and it opened up my eyes. It was the watching the world burn video that you made.
Yeah, that would have been December, I think,
Yes,
for sure.
yeah. So was that? I always just know him as the oh yeah guy. Was it Max?
Maximilian Miss,
Maximilians.
yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, after your video, I'm even scared talking about this. To be honest, like,
Yeah, he's kind of a freak. I mean, you never know.
but that
You never know what's gonna happen, I
exactly.
guess.
So I'm just like within it. I'm even scared to bring up the video, but I want to bring it up because I don't think that was any huge turning point for you in video making or anything. But I guess I just hadn't seen one of your videos in a hot second. I watched that video of yours, and I don't know why that was the one for me that made me realize, like, holy shit, this kid is really gonna go places in YouTube. I feel like that doesn't mean much coming from me, but just as a smaller content creator watching you, you're already well established and everything. That video, just like the way you laid it out, the way you did it was just unlike any video I had seen for quite some time, and it was just so well done. I guess what like made you want to make that?
Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate the praise, man. But the video itself, I was I was basically out of ideas for that month, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And then it kind of fell into my lap where Max started kind of fucking with me, and he called me and showed me the guy shoving the pencil up his ass, and I was like, all right, well, this is like worthy of making a video, I think. So why not just tell my story? And I did it, and I think people liked it a lot.
Yeah. That's hilarious though. I'm really glad after I gave like a minute of praise and how amazing it was. You're like, yeah, actually, I just didn't know what to do, so I just made a random video. So
I mean,
that's
I really had no idea what to do. I had no fucking
Uh,
idea. I was like, fuck, nothing's going on. There's no drama. Gotta make a video, and it kind of fell into my lap, and I was like, fuck, well, might as
that's
well.
hilarious. I'm like, this godly video. You're like, dude, just calm down, all right, Jake. It was just a simple video I made, all right, dude. Just chill.
I guess sometimes that's how it happens,
But-
you know. It's kind of like stuff just falls, just falls right in front of you, and you gotta take the opportunity.
Yeah, and
also.
after that video, I've just been watching everyone you upload because it's just they're so genuinely. I don't think it's just the structure of it for me is so well done. You've definitely kind of hit the nail on the head with the structure of your videos that are easy. They're perfectly lengthed, and I really enjoy them. A lot of commentary channels I'll watch, I'll find myself getting bored of, or like, I don't know how to describe it. Not intimidated by them, but in a sense where sometimes I have a hard time connecting more because I feel like they might not be the nicest people to hang out with. You always take a very interesting and like it's easy to see where you're coming from in your stance, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I try to kind of lay it out very clearly so people don't have to question like what I mean by what I say, which is kind of the polar opposite from my Twitter, where I very intentionally obscure what I mean, or if I mean anything at all, so that people have no idea what the fuck I'm saying on my
I
Twitter.
constantly find myself confused by your tweets. I'll be like, I don't even know. I'm just gonna. They're like, do you follow Ricky Berwick?
I do,
So
yeah.
I'm friends with Ricky Berwick, and I'll just comment on his videos because it's like his videos remind me of your tweets. Just I have no idea what's going on, so I just will comment something crazy as well and hope that it's funny.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really sure what most of them mean either. Some of them, I mean, like when I'm expressing like an opinion, obviously there's something there, like, and those are like kind of like straightforward. But some of them are just like I don't really know what I'm saying or what the words I'm putting together mean. I kind of feel like I'm like a tweet machine sometimes, where it's like I just like analyze these trends, and like my head is like an algorithm, and I just like put this tweet together and tweet it. It gets like a few thousand likes, and I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I wanted. Because I don't really care what it means. I just want to get Twitter likes. Like that's all. That's all I care about.
Honestly, dude, I don't blame you. Have you ever tweeted something about BTS?
I have not. No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no. They have a diehard fan base. That fan base will go up to bat and murder. I've done good tweets and I'll get so much love. And then one time I said something a little off and I almost died. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean these people like they like search. I think for people who shit talk BTS, and then they like I don't understand their responses. They leave like videos of the people like dancing or whatever. Like I don't really understand what exactly is going on. Like in like is it just like a troll? Like I don't really know.
Yeah, and there's a very specific name for that, and I don't know what it is, but dude, they'll go crazy. I remember one time I think his name
Okay.
is RM. I called him Rap Monster, and I got roasted for doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, these people are like really odd, but I almost kind of like admire like the whole trolling aspect of it because they
Like honestly, could you imagine having a fan base that loyal?
Yeah, I mean, they basically just harass anyone who hates them. So, like, I don't know. Cool.
Honestly, you could rule the world.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, and this is a history podcast, so I do have to ask, who is your favorite historical figure?
Of course I do. I'm gonna have to go with Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. Big fan.
Oh, before the podcast started, I asked if you had one in mind, and you're like, yeah, I think I got a really good one.
Yeah.
This is a interesting one, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Ted was this guy who basically sent bombs around the country in the mail and killed a bunch of people. I mean, he's in jail for the rest of his life now. I don't like that, but I do like that he wrote this very long manifesto about the dangers of the Industrial Revolution and how technology is harming us. Kind of foreshadowed a lot of things about like social media and technocracy, and I think it's a very well put together sort of a message.
Do you think he's? Go ahead.
Some of the music, I was gonna say, some of the musicians I listen to, like System of a Down, have cited his stuff as sort of inspiration for some of their music, as well as people like Charles Manson. So sort of like, while you don't agree with the methods, I like his message is very clear and like intelligent to me. So,
do you think he's like sitting in prison right now, thinking like, "I told you so"?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. He's actually, there was this rumor I saw on 4chan. He's supposedly going on the Joe Rogan podcast in 2 weeks. Supposedly the feds are letting him call in from prison to give like a live interview.
That's insane. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I know Will Ferrell played him on SNL.
Did he? That's
Yeah,
interesting. I
yeah.
didn't know that.
So it'll be interesting because has he done any? Has he been able to speak out or anything?
I don't think so. I think he has. I mean, some letters have been sent from prison to the outside, but I don't think he's really done any like interviews or TV appearances in a long time. He did do. I think he did do a few TV interviews back in the day when he was on trial.
Yeah, that
But
makes
I don't
sense.
think since he's been in jail, I don't know if anything has really happened.
Dude, that'd be crazy if Joe Rogan can pull that off. Holy cow!
Yeah. I mean, I love Joe Rogan's show. I love I don't listen to every episode, but the ones with guests I'm interested in, I
For sure.
thoroughly enjoy. So it would definitely be interesting to see.
Yeah,
The biggest podcasts in the world have the fucking Unabomber.
dude, that'll just be such an interesting. And within 2020, that kind of.
Yeah.
Dude, I can
yeah.
imagine. What if it's like a call and like the Unabomber just like talks like a Batman villain, and he's like, "There's actually a bomb inside your office, Joe Rogan." And it just like turns into this horror scenario.
That'd be scary, especially if they did it live, which I don't think they.
That would be so
live,
dangerous to
so.
do it live with the Unabomber. I would
Oh,
probably if I
yeah.
did a live podcast and got the Unabomber on, I'd be like, all right, this week we're just not gonna go live just in case.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Sure.
yeah.
But I'm definitely hoping it happens. It's just a rumor. I think I don't actually know where the source was from the post, but a lot of people have been talking about it on Twitter. So, kind of praying that it does happen and he follows through.
Dude, that would be kind of awesome. But wow, what an exclamation point to the end of this podcast talking about the Unabomber. I guess now, do you have anything you'd like to promote? Any big stuff coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on a video, but I don't like to reveal too much about it for now. So go to youtube.com/turkeytom if you want to check out my videos. And yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, go check out Turkey Tom with his new Pro Unabomber YouTube video. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be super cool.
All right, YouTube, we're joking.
That's a joke.
Jeez.
YouTube, please don't take me
Yeah.
down. My past like 6 videos have been fully monetized with nothing bad going on, and I just do not.
Yeah,
want,
me too.
I don't want to
too.
ruin that streak.
Yeah.
YouTube, that was a joke. Disregard that last part. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Sometimes I forget to make an outro, so this is the end. Jesus Christ. Why do I even... I'm all about making podcasts.